Welcome to the Epic Man Podcast, where we let our curiosities and theories run wild and sometimes talk relevant news. I'm Josiah, and with me, my two friends and co-hosts, Ben and Mike. How are you guys doing on this fine day?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Wow. You say that like a supervillain. Not even a supervillain, just good. Like the bag man.
Serious.
The bag man. Hello, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, Michael.
I am fine.
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking.
Well, you're doing it like a Nazi.
I'm really glad to hear that. You got your dinner. You're all set, right?
Well, not really, but I'll make it work.
Are you going to keep talking like a Nazi the whole time?
What you really need is a giant steak. That's what you need.
Mate, I could use a steak so bad right now.
Oh my god!
I'm going to tell you something a little bit weird. Okay, so
nope, don't do that. Please don't.
Oh my gosh, Josiah! I don't want to hear anything weird today.
Over the past 2 weeks, I've been mostly just eating like veggies and a protein for dinner at night. And I feel amazing.
Why is that weird? Amazing. That's literally like the best diet ever.
I know, but it's weird because I've never really done that before. You know, I always just kind of eat whatever I want for dinner. Yeah. And I've been losing a lot of weight and stuff, and it's been good. I feel healthier. I feel more energetic.
Nice.
And I'm working out again. You know, I'm getting back into that after 2 weeks of a break. And
2 weeks, wow.
Yeah. I feel good.
2 weeks. Wow.
I'm rocking it.
That's awesome.
I'm at my prime, guys. Let's go.
You're at your prime? Well,
nice.
See, my prime is going to last 20 years, though. So that's the secret.
See, nice prime. Now, I need to get back into working out and dieting because that's important.
It is. Yeah.
Being fat's fun, though, because you're another tub of ice cream?
You want.
Of course. You're I'm going to eat this whole pizza. Yeah. I don't feel bad about it.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Don't feel bad at all.
I love pizza. So good.
See, I'm going to make Josiah fall off the wagon by the end of this podcast. He's going to be like, guys, next week, guys, I've gained 5 pounds. I've eaten pizza every day.
I gained 20 pounds, guys.
I've stopped eating dairy again.
Oh.
That's a thing. Cool. Yeah. So, what are we talking about?
Well, no, I mean, yeah, since we're talking
about
doesn't dairy not sit well?
Just because I just was starting to feel unhealthy from the amount of dairy and fried food I was eating again. So I was you know what? I'm gonna cut that out again because it's not that I didn't feel healthy when I wasn't eating it. I wasn't eating enough then, but I'm eating enough now. I'm just needing to cut some of the bad stuff out of my diet. So
when I'm dieting, one of my favorite things to eat, honestly, is I just take a thing of burger, I just flatten it out like a steak, like this big a burger, and that's all. I just just minor seasoning and stuff on it, and just smash
Really?
Yeah, I've been eating a lot of grilled chicken and eggs and stuff like that.
I dig chicken. Nice. I dig eggs too. Yeah. The only problem with me is chicken after a while I can get burnt out on chicken. It takes me a little bit longer to get burnt out on beef.
Yeah.
For some reason.
See, it takes me way longer to get burnt out on chicken than it does beef.
Yeah.
I could literally eat steak every night and I'd be happy.
I could not do that. I can only do beef 2 meals in a row tops.
Man.
And doesn't like beef.
Yeah. I do. It's just I can't eat it that much. It has to be in moderation for me. Chicken, I can literally eat every day.
No, I've been kind of switching up. I'm doing salmon steaks, and I'm doing.
Dude, salmon's good. We have some salmon right now.
And I'm doing pork chops and boneless, skinless chicken breast too. So, so yeah, it's been good, and I feel good. So I'm happy about it.
You know what? We should just all do that. We should just all go on a diet. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
You know what? Everybody, even if you're listening right now, you're going to go on a diet.
Everybody,
join us. Freaking do it.
Unless, of course, you're a vegetarian, then you can't eat the meat that we recommended. But there's a lot of good veggies out there.
No, how about this? If you're a vegetarian, go on a diet of meat. Do the opposite.
Wow. Do a carnivore diet.
Shake it up. This is really actually kind of something important I've learned about with diets, though, because of our bodies and the way that they are. After a while of eating the same thing, you also have to, if you switch up what you're eating, your body like keeping it simple, but then switching it up, like you said. Like if you eat like beef like for a week and then eat chicken for a week, and like watch like switching it up like that is really good because your body likes to be like, cool, we're eating this again.
Yeah, right.
Why those guys like there's all those weird stories of people. Please do not do this because it's dangerous. But like there's like a guy that like he's seriously like in his 60s and he's eating pizza every day since he was like 15. Like every day he eats pizza.
How's he not dead yet?
Well, that's the thing. They asked him, but what it is, what I think it is partially is genetics, but the other part of it is if you eat the same thing over and over again, like if you have enough in it to like maintain a diet, like a decent diet, your body will just regulate it. Just be like, all right, man. I mean, this isn't great for us, but we'll make it work. It's just working out. Like if you lift the same weight every day, it doesn't matter if it's super heavy weight. Eventually, you stop getting returns on it. You know, you have to switch up your workouts and stuff because if you don't, then what happens if you're like, cool, we're doing this workout again, give them nothing.
Yeah. I mean, like this isn't like something that's technically super bad for you, but like some of the oldest people in the world. Like they say one of their secrets is they drink a glass of red wine every night
or a hot toddy
because red wine is actually good for your heart in a lot of ways. So
there's I once met a 90-year-old man. This guy still could golf. He could still hit like off the tee. He could still hit it like almost 100 yards at 90. And he used to go out in his garden all the time, like on his knees and like go out in his garden and work and stuff like that with like no help by himself.
Yeah.
And then when he hit like 95, he got put in a home. But listen, 90,
well,
he was up till 90.
I think that keeping active is also really important too.
It was important, but he used to say that his secret was every day for like 55 years or something. He had a hot toddy every night before he went to bed.
I don't know if you guys have watched. I don't know if you finished it or watched the rest of it, but Zac Efron's documentary Down to Earth, when he went to Italy at one point and he was talking to like some of the oldest people in like this village on an island in Italy or something. Yeah. And the guy he talked to, literally, he takes a walk down a hill to the bar. He gets a glass of wine and then he walks back, and that's his nighttime routine every day. He reads the newspaper at the bar and he drinks his wine and then he walks home and he's like, I don't know, like 100 years old almost. Like
Well, it's so funny because even just like the older people that are in my life and stuff, you see such a difference between the ones who remain active versus the ones who just sit and watch TV when they get older.
Become sedentary, right?
And
well, I've told you guys about like one of my jobs. I worked with a French man who was like in his like 70s, and this guy still like actively played like soccer and stuff at 70 years old. And like I worked with him and we did like demolition and stuff, and like I watched this guy, no joke, like work on a house. Like we tore a house apart in like 2 days, me and him.
Dude, my grandpa was running marathons at 70. Like,
wow.
Yeah, like that. I mean,
it's amazing.
He's a similar, like, where he only just, like, he's 90 now, but he only just stopped running a few years ago. I mean,
wow,
like
that's crazy.
Beast.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, and that's all he told me. That's what my French guy buddy told me. Shout out to Eve. He used to tell me all the time, like, he's like, just don't stop.
Yeah.
He's like, my wife watches TV, and I'm like, I can't watch TV anymore. And he just deuce out of the house. And go
yeah, exactly. That's what I want to be like when I'm older, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm blessed enough to live to that age and be older, I want to be like playing golf and
I just don't want to become an old person. Yeah, that's all.
Well, unfortunately, that's the way. I
have a plan. My wife doesn't like this plan, and I probably won't get to enact it because she'll stop me before I do it. My plan was when I got old enough that I felt like, I've kind of had it. I was going to go rent like a nice or buy one of the two, a really nice sports car, like fast. And I was going to drive it off the edge of the Grand Canyon. Just gun it right off the edge. Because like, listen, I know I'm not going to survive. Wow. And also if you're going to go out,
might as well go out epically.
Yeah. Epic man.
Yeah. That can be your last video, Mike.
Yep. At 90 years old, we're still doing the podcast.
We're here at the Grand Canyon.
And Mike is going to drive this sports car right off the edge.
People are like, these old dudes are insane. Like,
yeah. No, dude, I have a lot of respect for old people that are, still killing it like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
that's, I don't know. That's the plan I had. I told my wife about it. She was not very happy.
Yeah.
I mean, understandably so. That makes sense. But, hey,
Yeah.
Who knows?
But hey, you got to do what you got to do, right, Mike?
Yeah. Hey, listen, you gotta go out. How you gotta go out?
Yeah.
There was a what's it called? There was a what is it freaking called? Despicable Me 3. Like there's a character named El Macho in it, and they thought he was dead for years, and they explained how he died. And he died in the most macho way possible. He jumped out of a plane riding a shark wrapped in TNT into an active volcano.
Yes.
And I was like,
it also reminds me of like I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's kind of an older movie. It came out in like 2006 or something. Secondhand Lions.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like about this, it's about this kid that lives with like his uncles and stuff, and they go out trying to fly a plane into a barn upside down and stuff.
Yeah. Die.
Dude, I mean, I honestly
spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen that movie, but the ending of it.
Jumping into an active volcano with like TNT strapped to something, you wouldn't even feel it really, because your body would be disintegrated in like seconds.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
If it's TNT,
it wouldn't even be that bad.
Be legendary, but it also wouldn't even be that bad. You'd be dead before you know it.
Yeah. So like, hey, I either go in my sleep or poop in my pants, or I go poop in my pants in a volcano.
Dude, if I was like older and like I was like, you know what, this is it for me, I'd probably try to do something like super adventurous, like try to find something that's never been found before or whatever. Like go to some crazy place where there's been rumors to be some like hidden city or something. And then
or a giant sloth.
Or a giant sloth, right? Yeah, maybe I'll go find the final giant sloth who died in the mud hole. Who knows? Yeah. Or maybe I'll just go to that really tall mountain and jump off of it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I'll skydiving and skydive and sabotage your backpack.
Yeah.
Because if you survive, you'll be in excruciating pain, but you'll be that guy that survived.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would also be kind of cool.
Or I could just go to Mars and then just, live my last days on Mars.
Get your brain sucked out by a Martian.
Yeah. Hey,
by a real Martian.
Maybe that'd be cool.
What we'll probably do if we find Martians there is we'll tell them, listen, God wants us to have this land, and then we'll shoot them and then kill all the Martian buffaloes and then take over. And then we'll, like manifest destiny is,
Jesus. Wow.
Am I wrong?
We've done it once, we can do it again.
Like, listen, has humanity shown you any evidence that they'll do the opposite of what I just described?
No, because humanity is stupid.
That's how we are. Listen, I had a discussion with somebody the other day about the fact that we created a space force, and our first response was like to combat alien threats. We're just like, we're gonna create a space force to make sure that we kill aliens that come here. They try to take us over. I'm like, bro. If they're watching, they're like, "Oh, these guys want to shoot us! Like, what is going on?"
And then they're going to take us over and probe us, every single last one of us.
Well, it's just
like maybe aliens are super peaceful. Maybe they don't.
Well, they could be, but not if we show up and start shooting at them as soon as they get here.
Not if we literally like threaten them with violence before we even know anything.
I feel like if aliens have the advanced technology to come to Earth and stuff, then we'd probably be the ones that are screwed.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Honestly, at that point, GG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get as many kill streaks as you can and go out.
Go out with a bang.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. When aliens are on the line, hey.
When aliens are in the part of the equation, things get wild.
Well,
all right, hey, dude.
I think that there's some threats here on Earth that we should be more concerned about too. We haven't really talked about. I mean, they haven't really been threats for a while, but it's something.
Really?
Well, you mentioned something to me earlier today. Something that's. I think it used to be a real problem.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Giants.
Giants. There be giants.
Not giant sloths. Giants.
Yeah, frick giant sloths.
Not tall people.
All right.
Giants.
All right.
Giants.
So
what do you think about giants, Ben?
I don't care about giants at all.
Wow, Ben. Way to completely.
You know that giants are people too, right?
Yeah, way to completely invalidate.
Wow.
Well,
maybe completely invalidate a people group, Ben.
Do you also not care about midgets? Is that what you're saying?
No, I like midgets because at least they exist.
Giants exist.
What are you talking about, Ben?
People have literally found skeletons that are like 11 feet long.
Well, if that's your excuse, then Megatherium also exists, but for some reason you're trying to prove that they don't exist.
I've never ever said that stupid sloth didn't exist. I said it was a stupid sloth that died in the mud. I never once said that it didn't exist. I would never. I didn't
fight a giant sloth.
I didn't say. I didn't do what you did and try to disprove everything you've ever said. All I said was it's a stupid sloth and it died in the worst way possible.
We haven't tried to disprove it.
No.
Okay, that's literally not the case at all.
Well, you know,
Mike and I have never tried to disprove that the giant sloth exists.
You know, the funny thing is, Ben,
just say
this
that
podcast is recorded. I can go back and rewatch episodes and I can show you where I've never ever said that.
Yeah. If
I've
you
never
can
tried to say that it
find
doesn't exist.
the clip where we say giant sloths never existed, then I'll believe you.
I'm saying don't exist currently, because you've definitely said that.
Okay, well that's a completely different thing.
That's what I was saying about the giants.
Ben,
they do not exist.
I can say the same thing about you. Literally, people that are giants exist. Have you ever seen the Big Show?
Tall people.
WWE wrestler. The dude is like
okay,
435 pounds, and he's like 6'7" or something like that.
Have you ever watched Big Fish? You know that the giant in that movie is actually a real giant.
When I think giants, I think people who are like 10, 11, 12 feet tall, and there's nobody like that. Because I think the tallest person on the planet.
There are people that were like that.
Were, not are.
The current tallest living man is 8'2".
Exactly.
That's still pretty tall.
Yeah.
He's a mini giant.
Yeah.
Mini giant.
The tallest man ever was 8'11". But what me and Josiah were talking about specifically was, go ahead, Josiah.
Giants from the past.
Take him to school.
Ancient giants.
Ancient?
Even in North America, there have been giant skeletons that have been discovered. Do you want to know how long or tall, or however you want to look at it, the tallest one is that they've found in North America?
Guess, Ben.
2 feet?
Take a guess. What? How would you just guess 22 feet?
I don't know. I like.
Did you say 22 feet?
Large.
Yeah.
That's absurdly large.
18 feet? 15 feet?
What are you even talking about?
Oh my God, Ben. You know what, Josiah? Take him to school. He needs to understand.
Okay, so the biggest skeleton that has been discovered in North America was 9 feet and 2 inches. That's the skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh, 9 feet?
9 feet 2 inches for a skeleton, Ben.
Or a skeleton.
Yeah.
So he's probably more like, almost like, 9.5 feet. So.
That's not that high at all.
9.5 feet. Do you not realize how tall that is?
I mean, I do.
That's almost like twice. That's almost twice as tall as you are.
What? I'm like 6 feet.
Yeah. But if you put like another
6 feet tall,
if you put another like,
I said I'm almost 6 feet.
But you're not 6 feet, Ben.
I said I'm almost 6 feet.
Ben's actually 5'2". Just
Boom,
don't
got
let
him.
him try to fool you there, guys.
Ben is a midget. That's why he loves midgets but hates giants. Ben's a literal halfling. The hairy feet and everything.
Yeah, you should see his feet. They're crazy.
You don't want to see them.
Ben, send me some feet pics.
You don't want to see them.
But
I just asked you to send me feet pics.
the biggest skeleton that has been discovered ever.
It's not. It's not. It's not the biggest, Ben. School him, Josiah.
So do you know what the biggest skeleton was that has ever been discovered?
What?
Tell him.
Guess, Ben.
Guess,
the skeleton.
Are you
Yes,
asking,
the
are you
skeleton.
asking me height?
Ben,
Yes.
guess the skeleton.
13 feet.
Close. It's
Close.
from the giant of Castleknow, who was recorded to be 11 feet and 6 inches. The skeleton.
11 feet 6 inches.
The skeleton.
The skeleton.
So he's probably like 12
be
feet.
Impressed by this?
12 feet. A
Hey, Ben?
12-foot man.
Have you ever met a 7-foot person?
Yeah.
And they're pretty tall, huh?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
huge.
So add 4 more feet to that, Ben.
That's huge.
That's huge.
You know those like
Why are you so negative on giants, Ben?
Those, like-
Why do you hate giants, Ben?
the overpasses on the freeways? They're like around 12 feet. They're like
Yeah.
13 feet.
That means that dude could put his arm up and smack it.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is insane.
It's huge.
He could like punt you like a football, Ben.
He probably could. He probably could.
Well, that's not that tall.
And you want to, yeah. You want to hear something crazy, Ben?
What?
A regulation basketball hoop. Regulation. 10 feet.
Ben's a sports guy.
This guy's a foot over regulation height. This guy could literally walk up to the hoop and drop it in.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
No problem.
And you're not impressed with that?
Not really.
You wanted Giants to be bigger?
Maybe.
Wow.
You know
that like 12 feet is
stuff.
literally like twice as tall as you are.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like at his crotch
all the time. Perpetually crotch height.
Yeah.
You could walk between his legs.
Yeah.
Cool. That'd be a great accomplishment.
I'm sure you'd be all for that, wouldn't you?
Why are you so against this, dude?
Why do you hate Giants so much, Ben?
Yeah, I don't understand, dude.
No, I don't hate Giants. Giants are cool. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're pretty negative on this. I was pretty excited about it. I thought it was great.
I don't know. It's just crazy to think that there were human beings that were that tall. And like that's not even, I mean, that's like what we have as far as like recorded for like the biggest skeleton that has been found.
Yeah.
But if you also look at some of the like the architecture and like art from the past, from like ancient times, like even from like ancient Egypt and stuff, they have like a lot of like paintings of like giants and stuff as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and
maybe they use giants as labor for building pyramids.
Maybe they did. Yeah. So
there's a place, another place over in Montpellier, France or whatever. They found multiple bones of different humans. They were reportedly gigantic proportions, and they said that the height was between 10 to 15 feet based on what they understood of
10 to 15 feet.
Woo! Yeah, and there wasn't just one person; it was multiple people.
Yeah.
How does that sit in your little red wagon, Ben?
It's pretty good. My little red wagon, actually.
It doesn't sit good in your wagon because it's so long and big. It's a giant bone, Ben.
You don't know my little red wagon. You don't know how big it is.
It's a little red wagon, Ben. It wouldn't be a little red wagon if it was big enough to hold giant bones.
I call it my little red wagon, but in reality, it's far bigger than that.
That's weird that you call it that. I don't understand.
It's actually a big red wagon.
That's weird. Apparently, there's another group over in Nevada's Loch Love Lake that they found a bunch of
Nevada.
I mean, the Native Americans have talked about giants as well. There's.
Do you want me to hit you in the head with a giant bone? Because it's big enough to be used like a sword. And I feel like you're really pushing.
To be used as a sword.
I feel like you're really asking for me to like club you over the head with something.
I just wish that you could appreciate some things, Ben.
Ben, why did you wake up this morning and choose violence?
I appreciate a lot of things,
except apparently giants,
tall people. But
no, you just said you don't give a crap about tall people.
I will not have. I said I didn't give a crap about giants.
Yeah, that's literally tall people. They can be classified as giants, Ben.
I will not have someone crap all over my sloth and then expect me to just appreciate giants.
Nobody crapped on your sloth, Ben. Literally, it died in mud.
I was the one that literally brought it up this week. So
doesn't mean anything.
It means everything, Ben.
It means everything, Ben. It means that we care about your sloth and you don't even realize it.
We all care about your sloth because we talk about it all the time with you.
Yeah.
We haven't just banned it from the show permanently.
You were talking about how you want to go discover something in the jungle.
We absolutely could.
Giant sloth, Ben. Boom. Go for it.
Freaking boom.
Now
you come out of the gate. And not only that, but you came out of the gate talking crap about giants before we brought up the giant sloth. Before we did it, Ben.
Why are you a heightist, Ben?
Yeah. I really don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like your heightism. It bothers me.
Ask the giants, I guess. Cringe.
You also hate hobbits.
Why would I ask the giants about your heightism,
Hobbits are
Ben?
pretty freaking sick.
Yeah.
They're hairy,
are they?
Feet and...
Little people with little fat, hairy people running around.
Yeah.
Can't even
cool.
Can't even drop a ring in a volcano.
No, but they
couldn't even
cool,
do
man.
that.
Yeah, well, you know,
They
who
had to
else
have a
couldn't do
guy
that?
help him. One of them had to get their finger bit off, and he fell.
Yep, exactly. But you
fell
know who else
into
couldn't
fell
do
into
that?
the volcano.
The only person who could have done that was an elf. So I
You
don't
know
want to
who
hear
else?
about it.
Oh
The
yeah,
elves were literally terrified of the ring. They
Yeah.
don't
I
wanna
know, but they probably
be
would have been the
anywhere near
ones
it.
to destroy it because they hated
they
it.
literally said, "Don't give us this ring.
Yeah.
Don't put it near us. We can't
Yeah,
handle
they
it."
hate
Did you
it.
not see
Literally,
what
the
Galadriel
strongest
did?
of the elves was like, "If I took this, I would wreck everybody."
Yeah, that's the problem.
Ben, have you ever even read Lord of the Rings?
Oh yeah, every single one of them.
I don't think.
Times.
Why do you hate Lord of the Rings, Ben? Oh. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
You lost, Ben.
I just don't understand the hate for giants. I just don't get it.
I just don't get
Like,
it. It makes me
I
sad.
think it's fascinating that there were people that at one point
Yeah.
that were that tall.
Wait, you want to
It's insane.
yeah. You want to get into some really cool stuff too.
Yeah.
There
go
is
for it.
let me see if I can pronounce this right. Meganthropus. Meganthropus. It's an
Mm.
extinct genus of non-hominin hominid ape.
Okay.
And they were known for their large jaw and skull fragments.
Mm.
So they were considered like a giant kind of ape that was like considered like massive.
Right. Right.
And they were somehow related to us based on DNA and all that stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So these were even like giants by those standards. Like, you know, they were twice as large as a gorilla.
Mhm.
No, they were said to be almost the size of a giant gorilla, which would have made them around somewhere like 8 feet, approximately 400 to 600 pounds.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Could you
Yeah.
imagine?
Yeah, no, that would shred you.
Oh yeah, they would destroy people.
Yeah, you'd be done.
Yeah.
But yeah,
crazy.
I mean, you know, the thing that's so fascinating about giants is that not only do we have giant skeletons, but we also have like so much literature that talks about giants, so much like mythology that talks about giants. One of the things that I always find very interesting, and giants are actually very similar in this way, as are like dragons and stuff. Like pretty much every mythology has some form of a dragon in it, and at least you know the major ones that we know of.
Yeah.
And that makes you think, okay, so there probably was something that dragons were based upon at one point, which, you know, we talked about recently about them being dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But then giants are also a very common theme in most mythologies as well.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Greek mythology had people like, you know, Atlas and things like that. There was like Hrungnir from Norse mythology.
Yep.
You know, there's like all sorts of crazy giants like Polyphemus as well.
We have in biblical like Goliath, which
Yeah,
is like the most
Goliath.
well known. Yeah.
Yeah, and there is actually like a bunch of giants in the Bible as well.
Yeah.
Some that were even like taller than Goliath, who had like 6 or 7 fingers and toes on their hands and feet and
Yeah.
stuff. So Irish mythology has giants in it. You know, a lot of there's Japanese has giants in it. You know, Great Britain has giants, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like you see giants everywhere.
Yeah. Check this
And
out. I got a list right here. I want to just read this list. These are just the well-known religious and mythological like cultures that had mentions of giants in it.
Yeah.
Abrahamic, Armenian, Baltic, Basque, Bulgarian, Greek, Hindu, Jain, Native American, Norse, Roman, and then European.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that. That's a huge list.
Yeah, and and it's kind of interesting because that's all areas that are kind of geographically close together, and a lot of them are at least and stuff. Like they connected pretty easily. So yeah, I don't know. Like that's something that I always find very interesting about mythologies is when you see those kind of like correlations and stuff, and it makes you, because I do believe that a lot of things that come from mythology are actually based on true things and stuff.
Well, they've got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, I mean, for some mythology, it could be just a crazy imagination, but I think for a lot of things, there's a lot of, like, like I don't know, not necessarily evidence, but there's a lot of truth to some of the stuff in mythology.
Well, I think this is interesting. Over in Aztec mythology, the
Quinametsin there, it's crazy.
Yeah, the Quinametsin were reported to be like a population of giants that lived like during a time period, and they were like said to stand over 12 feet tall, and then were punished by the gods because they did not venerate them, and their peak civilization came to an end. But the Aztecs claimed that they built the Great Pyramid of Cholula.
Mm-hmm.
So like they say that they didn't even build it, that somebody else did.
Is that Mexico?
You want to know something that's really interesting?
It is in Mexico today.
There was also a discovery in Tennessee where they found a footprint that they believed to be human, and it was found in like solid rock, and it's 33 inches long.
Ooh.
And it has 6 toes on it.
Ooh. Ooh.
So yeah. So maybe these giants had like like a lot of fingers and toes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So many fingers and toes.
I bet. You know, I'm just saying. Like, look at that. They found it.
Yeah, exactly.
In Tennessee.
In Tennessee.
Home of the Titans.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, love them Titans.
You don't watch football. Stop.
Just right now.
Could you imagine, Ben? Check this out, Ben. Check this out.
Yeah.
Check this out. Ready for this? Imagine you're playing football, and the quarterback comes up to the line, and he's 11 foot tall. Boom.
Imagine.
Could you imagine that?
What do you do, Ben?
What would you do?
I don't know.
He grabs the football in his hand, and you can't even see it anymore. He doesn't even throw it.
Yeah.
He just runs by people.
That he's just gonna yeet it.
He's just gonna kick people out of the way. He doesn't ever do it. He just literally hikes the ball to himself and he runs, and nobody can catch him. And it's like 6 or 7 steps, and he's already in the end zone.
Yeah.
When it spikes the ball, it goes deep into the earth. No, it's allowed. Why would you tell him he can't play? He didn't cheat. He's just born better.
Just a big boy.
Maybe that's the problem, Ben.
Maybe that's the problem. You ever think about that?
Because what I've heard is a lot of these people that have giantism and stuff like that are actually like incredibly strong.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Go look up Paul White, the Big Show, WWE wrestler, huge, one of the biggest people on earth. At one point, he was 500 pounds.
Woo!
So much.
That's crazy.
So much.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
huge.
Andre the Giant. How tall was Andre?
Okay, well, Big Show is 7 foot exactly. Andre the Giant was 7'4".
Andre, okay, obviously that's huge, but he was only 7'4". Some of the people we're talking about are like 12 feet tall.
4 feet
and
taller.
And Andre the Giant towered over people in The Princess Bride.
Yeah. I actually went to a wrestling school one time, and I saw one of Andre the Giant's chairs. I literally had to climb up into it like a child.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Ben?
It's legit.
Yeah. Imagine being that tall, and it doesn't seem like he's that tall, but you have to climb up into his chair like a child. Now imagine an 11-foot man in a chair.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do I just don't understand your negativity, man.
Pretty sick.
Come at me when I'm like, oh, space is cool, but like we're never gonna see any of it because we don't have the technology yet. And you're like, Michael, you're something I gotta have.
Yeah.
We have people today. We have people today, Ben, that are living on this earth that desperately need people to love them for being so tall, and you won't do it.
He's
What?
Ben, you just told, dude, gosh, his mic just completely cut out. It's almost it's almost like somebody somewhere was like, you know what? I'm done with Ben hating on my creation.
The aliens.
I'm done with Ben hating on my giants.
Oh, Ben. I hope that someday you can appreciate some of these crazy things about life, That'd be cool.
Yeah,
but okay, so I'm gonna kind of give a wild theory here, okay?
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna kind of go down the rabbit hole a little bit. All right. What if because we talked about this before. We've talked about in the past. What if aliens are some like subhuman group or something like that were like frick Earth and they left or something like that? You know, talk about like the Nephilim, all that stuff. Yeah. What if those were the giants of the past, but they also bred among humans because, you know, some women want that big D, you know what I'm saying? And I
was expecting with this.
And so the giant line from, I guess, the Nephilim / alien species has carried on throughout human history because of that. Because if you think about it, like the Egyptians, they have like a lot of the giants and stuff that are in their art is actually like either pharaohs or gods or something like that.
Yep.
What if gods are these Nephilim type people and stuff as well?
Yeah.
Because people have always wondered, hey, how do they build the pyramids and stuff? What if these Nephilim / alien strong people, these alien giants, were like, yo, we'll show you how to build a pyramid. You know what I'm saying?
And then they just do stout.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, we're gone.
Yeah. So what if aliens are giants?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or I should say, what if giants are aliens? That's what I should say. There we go.
I mean, what if aliens are giants?
Yeah, Ben, that's the question.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ben?
What do you think about that theory, Ben?
Pretty crazy theory. Pretty whack theory.
Wow.
The sound just kept cutting out, but it's pretty whack.
The sound kept cutting
out?
Do
you know what whack means, Ben?
Yeah, my internet connection is unstable.
Oh, mine's fine. Ben, do you know what whack means?
Yeah, that's the sound it makes when you hit a baseball.
No, it means that it's not good.
Like, so or Ben, you need to get closer to your mic.
Come back, Ben. We want to see your beautiful face. Come closer.
Ben, do you know what whack means?
Back up.
It means when you hit the ball with a baseball bat.
Nope, that's a sound, but whack also means bad, Ben. You gotta get with the lingo. Well, it does, and the way you made it sound, you didn't sound like you were talking about a baseball bat. It sounded like you were saying it was bad.
Well, no, it was a pretty cool theory.
Oh. Hey, I just like to, you know, throw out those wild theories sometimes and stuff, you know?
I like when you throw out wild theories, though.
My whole theory for that came when I saw like the giants that were like in the Egyptian art and stuff, and like they were like talking down to like us, the little guys and stuff, kind of like showing us how to make the pyramids or whatever else and stuff. Like, dang.
Yeah, dude. There's some of the stuff in Egypt, like the pyramids and stuff, still blows my mind. It's fascinating.
Yeah,
exactly.
We don't have anything right now that can carry any of those blocks.
Yeah.
How did they do it, Ben? Unless some incredibly strong
technology that we don't know about.
Well, how would we get that?
I don't know.
Aliens, Ben. Giant aliens. I don't know. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
It's just a thing, you know? Oh, we just lost Ben.
What the heck?
Maybe he probably just left. Let's just be honest here.
Maybe.
Ben just left. He got sad and he left because he's not a giant. Listen, guys, I apologize. I don't know why Ben's so against giants.
Yeah, I don't know. He's weird. He's weird.
I thought he was going to be excited about all this stuff, but apparently not.
Well, yeah. Ben's always like, I love talking about things like this. I love talking about
apparently not
about the world.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy, dude, is that there was a giant in like Rome. Apparently, he was like 7 something, or no, maybe he's like just under 7 foot tall. But apparently, he was in Rome, and like at the time, the average height in Rome was like 5'2". So like, for him, he was massive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's huge.
I mean, I've heard before like that, like humans have kind of gotten a little bit bigger and stuff over time too.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. I wonder if
interesting theory.
it makes you. I mean, if that's the case, then giants were even like bigger compared to them back then. So yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, but you know, giants. It's a thing, man. It's a thing.
Yeah,
giants are out there. You know, so
it's a real thing. It's a literal, actual, tangible thing. Welcome back, Ben.
Hey, what's up?
Are you all right, Ben?
I don't know what happened there. I just like disappeared all of a sudden and
talk crap about the giant aliens, and they got pissed.
I know, man. My computer.
They shut your internet down.
Do a dump.
They were like, shut his internet down. Show him that we're real.
So, Ben, do you have any final words you want to say about giants?
No.
Wow.
They're pretty sick.
All right. Well, with that being said,
that was exciting. Well, wait. We got to do our weekly recommends. Ben just obviously.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go to.
Not everything don't ever talk about giants. Apparently.
Yeah.
Because Ben hates giants.
Yeah. Yep. So, Mike, what's your weekly? What's your weekly recommend?
You know what? Just because this is what we talked about.
Yeah.
Go watch The Big Friendly Giant. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
If you have kids and stuff, go watch it with your kids. It's fun. Roald Dahl, he's a master
legend.
He's a, masterpiece storyteller for kids.
Yeah.
Legend. Yeah, absolutely. Go watch The Big Friendly Giant. That's my weekly recommend.
Nice. I love Roald Dahl books. They're great. I used to read all of them. So yeah. My weekly recommend for this week is going to be, and it's actually by the time this podcast episode comes out, actually I probably shouldn't say that. What I'm going to say is, okay, so this weekend A Quiet Place Part 2 comes out. If you haven't seen the first A Quiet Place movie, you should watch it because it's really good.
Go watch it. It's very good.
And
I put off watching it for too long.
Yeah, and you know, the cast is brilliant. The story is great. It's very simple and stuff, but the suspense throughout the movie is awesome. The sound design is incredible. So I highly recommend that movie. So make sure that you go check that out, and then if you enjoy it, go check out A Quiet Place Part 2 when it comes out this weekend. So
yeah,
and Ben's gone, so we're not going to even worry about his recommend. I'm sure it would probably just be Blade Runner 2049 or something. So there you go. You guys can go watch Blade Runner 2049 again for Ben.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
With that being said, thank you everyone for coming out for this week. We hope you enjoyed, and please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you're watching us on YouTube, and a comment. That really does mean a lot to us. And if you're watching us on your favorite podcast platform, then please leave a review. We'd appreciate that a lot as well. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will catch you all next week. Bye.
Bye.